And I mean, knowing to do the right thing, I mean, that always takes something, right? Like, that's where skill also comes into it, right? I mean, there's always some analysis that you have to do that makes you do the right thing. I mean, you don't accidentally just stumble across it, right?
Yeah, no, it's really like patient and time, and most of it luck. Very much is luck, but not in Graveyard's case. He is like sleeping on his on his computer, and I have been seeing it as well. He like decking out and sleeping and waking up with the tangent, what is called
The keyboard.
the keyboard in the face,
I
face mark.
Yeah, I literally had the letters of my keyboard in my face.
Yeah, exactly. So do you still have your record mice?
I do. The funny thing is, I still use the same computer mouse as I did back then. It's a Razer Naga Epic Elite. That's the actual name of the mouse.
Yeah.
I think it was released back in 2009. I got it 2010, and it's 2021 now. I've had it for 11 years, and it still works.
And do they do the mice anymore?
No, they do still make Razer Nagas, right? But it's not the same model. It's a different sort of model, and in my opinion, it's not as well suited in my hand. Like I've tested the new model, and it just doesn't feel as good.
What do you should do if your mouse get destroyed? Because you have 1 to 12 not letter, but key bindings on your mice. So should you go being equally as good if you play on a regular mice?
No, definitely not.
So the mice is really special for you.
Because, the thing I can tell you about that is that, most people do regular key binding, right? For example, like the record that I'm holding, or held rather, it's many years ago actually. Most people do key binding through their keyboard, right? Like they use their keyboard to do key bindings. They don't use their thumb on the right hand. But like, let's say WASD, that's your basic movement keys, and then you have spacebar, might be jump, shift, maybe sprint, stuff like that. If you use keybinds, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which might be different things in your hotbar. If you press 4, for example, you need to use your
index finger.
Your left index finger to do that. And that means that you don't hold anything on your right strafe, which is G. In my case, I can just press that with my right thumb instead. That means that I never have to let go of my movement keys, which is a big thing. Like, you have to remember, like, when you get on that level, like, people are extremely good. I'm not necessarily better than them. I might just be better equipped. I mean, honestly, that's what it gets down to. It's such tiny things. And me being able to keep my finger on a specific key for just a split second longer might be the difference that makes it.
What do you want to say to the people at Naga who did this mice?
You mean the Razer Naga?
Yeah, Razer Naga. What do you want to say to the people if they're watching?
I mean, I have to say it's game changing. First off, because I mean, the mouse sensor itself, like, it's just a regular mouse in that sense, but just having those keys on the side, I mean, it takes time to get used to, I get that, but being able to do every key bind with your actual right thumb, they're just resting there anyway. It's so much better than having to let go and play a piano with your left hand, because you want your left hand to rest on your movement keys. You want to be able to have a fluent movement at all times, because once you let go of that and you have to do key binds with your left hand, you will sacrifice your movement in the process. And that's a big thing. So, I mean, yes, I held a record as well, which is like a PvP based record, but you have to, I mean, there's always something that, you know, I might not be better than them, but I just had a better equipment, possibly. Maybe I had mastered a type of equipment, you know, like side buttons on a mouse, that is more functional and better for that game.
I'm using one of the, like, I have also a Naga, and my message to Naga, please do this mouse again, please.
Yeah, like the
gamers need it.
Yeah, because
really need it.
That's true, because they released the 2014 version, and ever since then, I think they've been the same model, that same build, and I just don't like it. The way the buttons feel and stuff like that. The old one is way better. How it just rests in my hand and everything. How the buttons feel. But I mean, obviously that comes down to personal preference. But I think it's important when it gets down to, you know, like the top of the top of the top. Like, there's always going to be those players that, you know, they really need the equipment that is best suited for them. They can't make any sacrifices, because that might be the difference between being able to actually get that spot or not.
One thing, to jump to another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have claimed as the Graveyard you are in some way? Do you have claimed your, like, this what we call it, like, what is called this,
you know, the
Guinness World Record plaque? Yeah,
the plaque. No, I haven't. A few years ago, I got an email from Guinness World Records, and they asked me a lot of stuff. But back then, I actually had difficulties actually, you know, like just doing stuff. Like, I was actually really depressed back then. I put so much effort into this game, and I sort of lost track of what really mattered. Like, it's actually kind of a sad story that I don't necessarily want to bring that up right now, but
maybe a story in the future.
The point is that I had the possibility, but since we live in Sweden, right?
Yeah.
Guinness World Record isn't based in Sweden, so it would have been a lot of effort for me to actually go there and claim the record and take pictures and all these things. So, I mean, I am in the book, but it's not a physical, real picture of me. But I do hold the record. But I don't know. I just guess I don't know how to explain it, to be honest. I did not see the point of going there and claim it.
How do you feel, like, when you see all other people in gaming community have their plaque in the background, and you think I should have two in my background?
I mean, I still think it's possible for me to.
Yeah, you can claim it. Yeah, you can.
It's just, I don't know.
We're going to do it. We're going to
maybe at some point, but it's just.
So, if Guinness World Record listening to this video in some way, I can maybe get a record as well. No, I can't.
I mean, it's true though. You actually got a record in this game, and like
not for long.
I don't know much about Roblox, but I think this is one of the most popular games right now. Is it?
One of them, yeah.
Okay,
one
right.
of them.
Yeah. Because honestly, like, I don't know much about this game. I'm just gonna put that straight out there. That's just honesty. I do not know much about this game, but
when he's looking at me playing, he see me like going around and take pictures with people, and he don't see like what is this game.
Yeah.
I'm already so high in this game. This Saturday when we record this video, they're going to be a release. Then I can maybe show him a little bit more. But this video is like a Q&A type thing, we're going to call it, and this is really fun, for this is actually the first time ever someone give him a Q&A like thing.
I mean, it's kind of interesting as well, because we have always wanted to record videos together, but we've actually never been around to do it. I don't know for whatever reason, but I think this was the spark that you needed, right?
Yeah.
This was actually the one thing you needed to actually get it going.
I always been feeling like my English is not good enough, but when I get this much love, because I have only been giving love about, they say your videos is good and everything is good, and I get this spark about, okay, I maybe can take a spot, and I have no problem. That's one of my big thing. I have not a problem. People can laugh at me.
Yeah.
And when I speak with someone in Discord, they say like there were 2 people in there and they type some stuff and they, oh, we liked mobbed you, and you get that smiley. You are so nice. Like, I don't see this thing like when I need to get upset, I don't get upset.
And I think the good thing to realize is that, you know, like, we can talk all about this, you know, being number one at different games and stuff like that, but it's not really what it is about, you know. Being number one at a game obviously gives you recognition. That is what sort of gives you the chance to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly.
It gives you recognition. And I mean, it's, in a way, it's kind of sad that it has to be that way, but
definitely.
you need to be a person that someone would search for in the YouTube bar in order for you to be recognized. So the point being is that you have only had positive feedback. I know that for a fact. Like, I've read your comments and stuff like that, so it's just positive feedback, and
I'm
that's
growing
really
fast
because you're a humble person. I know, like, you're a good person for the role, like being a good image for the community. But I mean, it's difficult to keep a number one spot. But what I hope is that you, like, even if you don't become number one at another game or this game again, that you actually get to be sort of a good image for the community.
Yeah, for me, I'm not the number one anymore. But I'm liking to not be the number one, because for me everything has already been learned. I have been feeling my best friends feeling a little bit. I have not been in a technical record or something. This is a record, but not a technical record in that way. So, but I have feel the same love and the feeling of have this weight on your shoulders when you always going to want to perform in a certain way. And this has been a really good understanding in my perspective to understand my friend better. So in this sense, for me it's not about being number one. Yes, it's really fun to get in and take pictures with everyone, and everyone freaking out when I come in. It's really fun. I loving it. But to know my best friend in this way is so much more important, and the fame I've been given, because this is something I've been gone for many years, and I have not been noticing what he actually have been done to get this record. I have been following him from the beginning, long before he be the number one. I have fallen in and have seen it. I have seen him slept on the computer and he have been saying, "Can you please help me? I need 300 wins today to hold my record." And
it's kind of true, actually.
And when he needed me the most, I have my most bad work. So
that's a good
I
point,
have not
actually.
the time. I have also when he at this point in time, he had a job. When I get the number one and I want to, no, we're doing that. He don't have the time. But when he was the number one, I don't have the time. So this going in circle.